I think I'm supposed to keep this on the draw. Yeah, I think on the play I'd mulligan this, but I think on the draw with an extra redraw off the Street Wraith, and if we find a red source, we get going. I think this is fine. I guess maybe you could argue you could mulligan it because it doesn't have a threat in it, perhaps. Hey, Bob. Hey, Bob and Cheese. Fuck you, you non-believer. Get out of here. Wanted the mulligan. Wanted the mulligan. Get out of here. Get out of here. Mulligan, you crazy. You crazy. Kids these days. Kids these days. No respect for their elders. Just wanna tell them to mulligan perfectly reasonable opening hands. This is game 1, match 1. This hand was perfect. And anybody who said otherwise doesn't understand what a perfect hand looked like. Okay? Oh, jeez. Why? Why am I so good at Magic, chat? Why are we so good at Magic the Gathering? Will anybody ever know why we're so good at Magic the Gathering? This is what peak performance looks like. Ain't that the truth? I feel like I don't even want to play this Faithless Looting because I kind of just like all of the cards in my hand. Like, I want a third land. As an Elves player, this hurts my soul. Part of me hopes that they're ghosting so they know how good we drew this game. Stop it, you're making Legolas sad. Justin with the $20 donation. Here's $20 to open YouTube and have a conversation with the chat about the highest viewed video on your channel. Damn it, Justin understands how this works. All right, they've had enough. Grim Lavamancer in, Abrade in, Collective Brutality. God, we have some good cards for this sideboard, huh? We have some good cards for this sideboard. I feel like I'm supposed to cut the Inquisitions here. Is cutting Stubborn Denial is probably good too, right? They likely don't have removal, and I think using this on Chords and Company is a little bit too slow. And then what are the other trims past these? It's actually funny, a Pokemon video. There's one Magic video, Shadowborn Apostle combo here is my most viewed, but then it's a random Linux video from forever ago, and then a Pokemon TCGO video. That's kind of funny. Trimming Bauble's good if you're not sure. Temur Battle Rage is really important in this matchup. I concur with that. Maybe Abrade's too slow. I think Abrade's maybe too slow. Is it nuts to trim a Snapcaster Mage? Because I feel like I'm bringing in... Twitter is a fun place. We need more of it. Thanks for the 7 months, Faster. Because, like, I'm bringing in more 3-drops here. So I feel like trimming at least one Snapcaster Mage is fine here. Also, like, the Grim Lavamancer is going to fight with him, too. Yeah, I'm going to cut 2 snaps, actually. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's probably true, Morrisith. Just, like, the volume of Magic content I put out means not everybody can watch all of it. That's almost certainly true. There is. I do make a little bit of Magic content. That is a deck that I'm willing to play again in the future, Justin, if that's what you're trying to get at. I think that deck is fun. Do I want to fetch shock here? Yeah, I probably want to fetch shock. I'm gonna grab a Watery Grave here. Double Arc Druid. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. So we have 2 shots to draw Bolt or a push next turn. Yeah, but we have like a lot of ways to put things in the yard. I could see maybe cutting 1 fish. I feel like I'd rather cut Snapcaster before I cut fish though, because like look at this turn, right? Like this is a turn 2 fish, so like fish is often a turn 2 play in this deck. Yeah, I guess explosives could be an okay trim too, especially because it like kills our shadows as well. Mismatched Cavern, what a monster. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one, yeah. Huh. I feel like I'm supposed to bin this explosives. I think I'm supposed to bin the explosives and go Lavamancer Shadow here. So I'll grab Steam Vents. We'll go to 7. I guess this is getting scary in range of Shaman of the Pack. So people that want to play Engineered Explosives on 1, not only did that prevent us from advancing our board this turn, but Liliana the Last Hope is going to clean up all of the same things the Engineered Explosives on 1 was going to clean up. So it doesn't really accomplish anything. Yeah, so like, I'd rather just like get my other cards onto the board and then like use Last Hope to clean these things up. The more I think about it, the more I agree with the comment that Engineered Explosives is not good here, especially considering the fact that we have Death Shadows and Grim Lavamancer of our own. And we're dead? We're not quite dead, right? If they make a bunch of mana here. So this'll eat this. These'll trade. I'll take 5. Draw Temur Battle Rage and kill them. This is a really aggressive turn. So I think I just attack them for 11 here and then like escalate this brutality, kill Azuri, drain 2. They could have just passed the turn and not attacked me and held up regeneration mana, Pinky. So they did have other things they could do. They could have just passed without attacking. Yeah. So, like, now I'm not even dead to Shaman in the pack. We're only dead to, like, Collected Company into Shaman plus something else. So they have to leave this back, otherwise they die. And, like, we kill this and then Abyss this. Or they're dead. God, playing good Magic decks is really fucking weird, chat. Playing good decks is really weird. I don't understand. I don't understand, chat. They're so dead. They're so dead. Alrighty. Onward, upward, backward, forward. 2-0. Feels good to be winning some matches. We played some stinkers so far today. Maybe not hemorrhage points on this one. How many tickets am I down to? Probably need to get more tickets again soon. Down to 15 tickets. Ooh. I feel like I'm supposed to mulligan this. Like, Faithless Looting, I guess I have Bauble. Bauble lets me get a relook. Maybe this is fine. No, so one of the things that's, and this is weird about friendly leagues versus competitive leagues, is that the friendly leagues never let you earn extra play points. The most play points you can get from doing well in a friendly league is 80, which is your entry fee, which means as soon as you do worse than 3-2, you don't make your money back. No, I just want the draw off my Bauble right away, so that way if I... what's the word I'm searching for? If I hit a shadow, I can... So if I hit a shadow, I can play it next turn. Fountain Choke sounds sweeter, Justin. It's something we haven't done before, so it'd probably get more views. I guess we're dismembering a Noble Hierarch, huh? I hate everything, everything. Do, 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 do. We are so unlucky. We are so unlucky. Unlucky now. We are so unlucky now. Boom, do, 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 do. Boom, boom, do, 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 do. I think we're dead too, chat. Maybe I should have just taken both Reflector Mages. They're probably going to Meddling Mage Faithless Looting here, since we have 2 of those in the bin. The takeaway for people that haven't been paying attention to the current price of Stoneforge Mystic is sell now before people realize it's not good in Modern when they unban it. When do I get rid of this stupid boot? It's driving me crazy. Day True Thalia's Lieutenant. That's gross. Man, we got paired into elves and now humans. Where are all the easy matchups we're supposed to get in these friendly leagues? I thought the friendly leagues are supposed to be easier, chat. Instead, we're having to play against all these tiered decks. This is horse shit. I was on Todd Stevens' streams yesterday, and he was telling me all about how the friendly leagues were so much easier. And now we've played against 2 tier 1-ish decks in a row. That's so absurd. Alright, so are we supposed to trim Street Wraiths against decks that are more aggressive? Mystic Snake, thanks for the 2-month subscription and welcome back. I appreciate that. Thank you for the continued support. Is Kolaghan's command maybe not good enough in this matchup because it's too much mana? 3 is a lot of mana against them, right? I'm not an expert on this archetype, but I definitely feel like Thoughtseize is a card you're just never allowed to cut here. Okay, command's good. I guess this is a matchup where we want EE on 2, right? So this is probably okay. Someone else mentioned it is good against Thalia. Trim a Bauble? Yeah, that's true. I think I'm gonna board like this. I don't know that I like what we've done, but I feel like I can make sense of it all. Yeah, Bauble's awful, I agree with that, but I also think, like, we just, like, need Baubles to, like, make sure we hit our land drops consistently. Like, remember, the reason why this deck's able to play 17 lands is because it has cantrips in it. So if you cut cantrips, you're gonna start missing land drops. You want the damage off the Thoughtseize so you can play your Death Shadows faster. Removing 4 cantrips from your deck does affect your land distribution, Burgle. So do I... We're actually just going to be in a really good spot this game, huh? We just get to, like, mow down all their stuff one at a time here. So, like, kill that. Next turn I get to go... Probably just play Fish, honestly. Although I guess I could play Death Shadow, too. I guess I just want to play Death Shadow and keep shooting their things down. Maybe I want to trim 2 Anglers in this matchup. Maybe I'm supposed to trim 2 Anglers in this matchup. Just because maybe whenever the Lava Men come in, I'm supposed to cut a bunch of Anglers and, like, leave the Snapcasters in. Yeah, it's bad against Reflector Mages, too. Yeah, I think I'm on board for that. I think if we get to a game 3 here, which hopefully we are in the back of this Lava Man, we're gonna cut almost all the anglers, maybe leave one in. Like here, we're gonna win without needing to cast the angler, just because we're so far ahead. But I think in general the angler's probably pretty bad. Justin with the $100 donation. Put my deck in the queue. I'll send you the list later. I'll send you the list later I'm working on. Sounds good, Justin. What does that even mean, Nucleococcal? Like, I feel like you just used TCG buzzwords at me. Like, what does a more tempo shell mean? Like, what is functionally changing in your mind to make something a more tempo shell versus what this deck is still already doing? Like, don't buzzword me, bro. That's one of my things I hate when interacting with TCG players. TCG players love fucking buzzwords. It's like, yo, dog, gotta put more mid-range on it. No, dog, just mid-range it, dog. You don't understand. This is a tempo deck. What's going on, Eastabus? You have a Reflector Mage here? Why doesn't it Jund? Make it Jund more. I don't understand. Make it Jund. Oh, rarely catch the stream, but I love the deck. Gonna play Jeskai at the Open this weekend. Have any advice? Make sure you enjoy playing the deck because it's not very good. Was that too brutal? That might have been too brutal. I really don't like control decks in Modern. Jeskai is probably the least bad of the control decks, but it's still not particularly good in my opinion. Oh god, this is great, chat. Lava Man, that one. Dismember this one. Have a Lavamancer. And then I'm not going to Thoughtseize them here because the answer to the question, how do I lose this game, is my opponent ripping a Mantis Rider off the top. Leave me and Teferi alone, Jeff. Listen, most of the decks people play in Modern are arguably terrible. So, like, the fact that Jeskai control is also terrible doesn't make it different than most of the decks people play in Modern, okay? My friend lending me Burn. I think you should look at the Beaumont Burn deck that we played during the 24-hour stream. I think Red-White Burn is pretty bad right now. All right, what do we think of this? Should I cut all the fish? Should I cut all the fish or just down most of them? Okay, I feel like leaving one fish in is probably fine, right? This is 60 cards right now. Do I want to bring any of these in? Wait a couple days, I promise you will, oh lordy. Bird is bad right now because it doesn't line up well against humans, because humans has an aggressive clock and doesn't deal much damage to itself with its mana base, and it's bad against Hallowed One because Hallowed One is really aggressive. I think E is important because it's a removal spell that doesn't really care about Thalia. The geometry of our curve is really nice. You're not wrong. I enjoy playing Ascendancy more than Grishelbrand. I think the Thought Scours are really good technology in this deck. I think they make cards like what is that card called? Grim Lavamancer much better. Is this a keep? It's like discard spell into removal spell. What would I take to the Open this weekend? I wouldn't go. I'm waiting for Alpine Moon to play Modern seriously. And even then... Six in a Wild. I'm gonna take a look at their top card here. So I can make this Thoughtseize with a little bit more information. God, all they do is keep one-landers, chat. Oh, geez, I can Abrade the Aether Vial next turn. Yahtzee! Da 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 da. Can we just take a moment and pour one out for my good friend Abrade? This card is so fucking great. I did draw the Street Wraith there because I didn't reassess that I drew Street Wraith for the turn. Because I didn't reassess that. When I drew the Street Wraith, I should have bubbled myself. You are correct. When I drew the Street Wraith, I should have bubbled myself. Fucking shatter that one. Go. Don't you dare play a land. Fuck! Every time! Was that this humans player or was that last league where this same thing happened? I should just never try to land screw them. Ever. Ever. This is what always happens. That was game one. It's such a... There's 19 lands in their deck. There's 19 lands. Can't I just Stone Rain them in peace? Can't I just Stone Rain them in peace? I'm feeling very dead, chat. I'm feeling very dead. You say it's a friendly league, but I think this guy is drawing pretty competitively. Yeah, abrading the Aether Vial wasn't strictly wrong, but taking the Noble Hierarch might have been wrong. So their hand is Mage, Meddling Mage, Reflector Mage. They took my Faithless Looting. Huh. That's interesting. All right, so I'm going to kill this. And I think especially since I drew this other Temur Battle Rage here, I'm just going to go ahead and cast this Looting. I'm going to ditch both of these. Need Sinkhole in Modern. What do I think about Daze in Modern? God, I can't even imagine how good this Death Shadow deck would be if it had access to Daze. That sounds absurd. They drew a third. Of course they drew a third land. Of course they drew a third land. Why wouldn't they have drawn a third land, chat? Why wouldn't they have drawn a third land? That was obviously that was the only thing they could have possibly drawn there. Was the third land. Is this Meddling Mage? Mantis Rider. Good news. We're gonna get to bolt this and play a Death Shadow, chat. Yeah, but if they want to Reflector Mage me next turn, that means they're not like Meddling Maging plus Thalia's Lieutenant, so I think that's fine with me. I think I'm pretty happy to just like go Bolt plus Shadow this turn. Death Shadow's not really a deck in Legacy. Delver's just like really efficient in Legacy. You don't need Death Shadow. I just got on lunch break and my first job. Can you give me a motivational quote, please? Don't fuck it up. I stock 5 with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. Welcome. Welcome to everybody. TGIF. Hope everybody's having a great Friday out there. Hanging out playing some Modern today. That was an excellent draw. It was an excellent draw, chat. One good Toop deck deserves another. Abrade is so good. This card is great. We have 3 of these in the sideboard of the blue-red Delver deck I've been playing. It's very powerful. If your deck has red mana in Modern, you should probably be playing some Abrades. Alright, so they've got Reflector Mage, Thalia's Lieutenant, Meddling Mage in hand. I plan to board 2 to 3 copies of Alpine Moon in the Fairies deck, yep. I'm just doing this. Just like using my mana efficiently this turn. What do you think is the worst $50+ card in Modern? Is Jace still $50+? Then Jace. They drew the 4th land on curve 2 here. When they Meddling Mage these lightning bolts, I might lose it. I might lose it, chat. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep it together. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep it together when they Meddling Mage lightning bolts here in 30 seconds. I didn't have 2 lightning bolts in my hand when I used the Abrade. If I had 2 of them, I probably would have waited, but the fact that I didn't have 2 there already meant I think it was fine to wait. So I don't know any of the cards in their hand, right? They've played Meddling, Reflector, and Thalia. Yeah, of course they named Lightning Bolt. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Get fucked, Hogland. Get fucked. Ooh. Ooh. Found a member, chat. Found a member right here. We found a member. Found a member. Is that a good one? Is that a good one? Seems pretty good. It's not a 4 of removal spell, Bob. Some Death Shadow decks don't even play 3 of them. Some Death Shadow decks don't even play 3 bolts. Big Domain with the 2-month 3 subscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate it. Any consideration for playing a Resto? Huh. That's an interesting one. Yeah, maybe. I could see that being reasonable. I mean, there's a very real chance that they could have, like... I'm not that surprised. There are some bolts in our deck, but like it's a split. It's like a coin flip between Bolt Fatal Push, right? Can we beat Auriok Champion? That's actually a really good question that I don't know the answer to. Oh, we do have explosives in our deck. Good call. Good call. So I'm going to kill this. I think I'm going to bolt this as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and plus Liliana here. We can Battle Rage over it. That's true. Snapcaster Mage is a great draw here because it can ambush this inside of combat if they want to like pressure our Liliana. We can also ult the Liliana and go wide around it, right? Yeah, we have 4 Snapcaster Mages. I'm just gonna be mana efficient here and bolt this this Thought Lieutenant. He's not gonna attack into the step because they know you have it, right? Oh baby, this is sweet. They're flooding out now. That's good for us. We're 10 out of 10 just like snap ulting this thing on 7. Like that's not particularly close. At least they went from land screwed to flooding out. We've got that going for us. I think I'm playing this out on 2. I think I'm still just going to ult this Liliana, but I'm pretty sure I want to play this out on 2. Gurmag's a zombie. Nah, I think I want to play the looting out on 2 and hold up Bolt here. For the record, we don't know if the opponent's ghosting. You can never know if they're ghosting or not unless they're brazen enough to say in chat, hey, I'm ghosting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Faithless Looting is great. BT dubs. Pretty sure looting is great. I have had people let me know in chat that they're ghosting. This build seems really good. Did they draw Resto? I just double bolt this, right? Although I guess I can just kill them next turn potentially, right? No, I think I'm just supposed to double bolt this. I guess. Am I really though? No, I'm just gonna let this happen. Let's wait and see what they do. Like if they draw like Mantis Rider, I'd rather bolt that, right? And like if they attack and don't play another thing, I could just kill them. Oh, geez, they hit Hostage Taker? Man, I'm glad we held the bolt. Whew! 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 I'm glad we held the bolt. Alrighty. Alrighty, that's, get that one right on out of there. And if they attack me, they're done on the backswing. Oh, wait, that didn't make sense, right? Because they're just going to block a zombie. Put the Fear of God in him. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray. This is so weird, chat. God, this build is really good. The Thought Scours, the Baubles, just like maxing on getting Gurmag Angler into play ASAP. Just like the no like dirtily Kolaghan's. I like no Kolaghan's command in the main deck. No, you don't have to be subscribed to send me dollars. Anybody can send me dollars. There's a donate link right here. I mean, this hand can cast Death Shadow very quickly. Don't send Jeff money, he hates money. I like money. I like money. Money, money. Money, 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 money. Man, chat, let me tell you about poker hands. You think our poker hand's better than their poker hand? MTGO is always lagging a bit. Yeah, you don't need to check your eyes. That's just... Is Magic Online running? If yes, then probably lagging a bit. Actually, so the fact that they have Duskwatch Recruiter actually is an indication that they're not playing elves, and this is likely Devoted Company. Huh. Pretty obligated to take Renegade Rallier here, right? Because if they draw a fetch land, they could just get back the 2-drop I'm taking. No, I don't do Bitcoin. The only fake currency I trade in is Magic the Gathering cards. I feel like I'm supposed to fetch a tapped land here. And then next turn, when they attack, we'll flash in Snapcaster Mage and block. Yeah, that's true. Moto tickets are the only fake currency I do business in. Yeah. I like to make sure I like to make sure donations I get can pay my mortgage. I feel like the only people that are like into Bitcoin are like people trying to get other people into Bitcoin. It really just seems like a pyramid scheme. Just like, you should use this stuff because we all use this stuff. Because I wanted to get a red source. There isn't a basic mountain in my deck. think I'm just passing here for now. Sure, but like the dollars that we actually use in real life directly turn into things very easily. I can't like go buy a pizza or, you know, some diapers and wipes or pull-ups and wipes with Bitcoin at the store. We're probably pretty dead to a top deck collected company as well here. Can't even buy a Steam game with Bitcoin anymore. All right, I'm just gonna pass here because if they have company, I want to be able to bolt, snap, bolt. I think I'm just snap thought scouring again here. I'm just looking for a piece of action, a way to kill them quickly. And if we, especially since we drew the Stubborn Denial, if we can draw a Gurmag Angler or a Death Shadow here, we're going to be able to lock the game up pretty firmly outside of a top deck Ballista. You need to find that underground Bitcoin diaper supply, right? Perfect. Loot me into a big one, baby. I'm gonna make a note not to cycle that one. We're not gonna cycle that one, chat. Cycling that one is off limits. I shouldn't have played that land. That was bad. Oh, I should have, because I can play Death Shadow now. Deal. Of course we're gonna win this game, chat. Did any of you doubt at any point that our Xerox deck was gonna win this game? But you should consider it. They have a Dryad Arbor? What? What? We just got Dryad Arbor, chat. Watch him rip the Ballista now because we were shit talking. Or like talk shit, get hit. Just like, oh boy. Whew. 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 It was a little scurry, chat. I was scurred there for a part minute. God, this sideboard plan is just so good against creature decks. This like Collective Brutality, Grim Lavamancer, Liliana the Last Hope sideboard plan feels really good. All right, what else am I trimming here? I feel like I want all of these. I think I'm trimming these again. Did I just like trim one Street Wraith too? Yeah, but like I like all the rest of these cards. Like Snapcaster Mage is very good. I feel like I can just be a control deck here, easy peasy. I don't think I want Stubborn Denial. I get that Company's one of their better cards, but like we have plenty of things to generate card advantage, I think, between Last Hope and Grim Lavamancer. That's fair, especially if I'm cutting the fish. Maybe I don't want these. Maybe I could leave a couple stubs in because Stopping Company is nice. Although if I'm trimming that gets worse too. They'll have Path too. Okay, yeah, let's leave 2 stubs in. Let's do this. Originally intended to be a digital time stamping. What does time stamping mean? This hand doesn't do anything. This hand is on the draw with a scry and a redraw and has 2 castable removal spells. And it has the perfect land on top. Let's go, chat! Let's go! I think I want Blood Crypt here. In case we draw like Grim Lavamancer next turn. Yep. What you got? What you got? You can't use Bauble to scry unless you have another way to cycle, chat. You can't. The only way you get to use Bauble to scry is if you have a card to cycle immediately. I 100% want to play my Thoughtseize on one there, so I can't scry. I think I'm actually going to Dismember this and then play this Death Shadow, so that way if they path me, I can play the Liliana the Last Hope next turn. Yeah, I needed things that I didn't have. Sweet. So we get to go ahead and grab our Swamp here. Baited our opponent into right what we wanted him to do, chat. You could probably argue that I was a master at baiting. Jeff baits very well. Get him. Get him. So they're either holding a land or like a collected company here. Eldritch Evolution. Okay. What do we have for 3 that's scurry? Renegade Rallier. Look at the value, chat. Look at the value. I'm gonna Thoughtseize them. They could just be holding... Oh, they were holding Court of Calling. Okay, so... I'm gonna Bolt here, and I'm gonna Liliana the Last Hope here. Because they can't combo me without 2 cards. There you go, Burgle. I started timing out people for crypto stuff. It's real easy. All right, play him a 9/9. Go. So, do I Dismember paying 2 here to 2-turn clock them? Definitely. Definitely. We do die to Ballista top deck here. Ballista top deck is lethal. Alright, so they're dead. This kills this. They're Dryad Arbor blocks. Alright, easiest 3-0 of our lives. I'm gonna run to the restroom again really quick. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're gonna finish this league. And then we've got 1 or 2 more leagues to come yet today. I think we're actually gonna get through more than 5 decks, which is awesome. How we doing, folks? Everyone's having a good Friday, TGIF. Hanging out, playing some Modern today. It's almost like waiting for a legacy queue. The vintage queue the other night was taking a long time, believe it or not. This hand seems fine. Like just bolt, snap, bolt type things. So Faithless Looting does... The first thing you'll note is that Faithless Looting is not a 4 of in this deck. Faithless Looting is a 2 of. Another reason... the reason Faithless Looting is good in this deck, even though it doesn't have anything to strictly generate value out of the graveyard like Lingering Souls necessarily, is that this deck wants to fill its graveyard up quickly for things like Gurmag Angler, so it helps with that. And this is also a deck that sees a lot of cards every game, but doesn't need a lot of lands to operate. So Faithless Looting creates virtual card advantage for you in the mid to late game by letting you filter lands into actual spells. I mean, I'm not really talking to myself. I'm talking to all of you at home. I'm talking to real people, I swear. Also, like, the fact that, like, looting itself flashes back means you can, like, Thought Scour past it to generate selection in the mid to late game. Nah, that's... Caleb Durward actually did something like that for a little while in Channel Fireball Sox fan, and the popularity of content like that is very low, and the effort to make it is very high. So it's just, like, not a great idea. We're just bots made up to keep you occupied. Oh, is that why I have so many viewers for Magic? Because most Magic people don't have this many viewers. Y'all are just bots? If the IRS considers me a real person, then I must be. I'm gonna send this bolt upstairs here so I can just like snap bolt next turn. Yeah, I don't think I want to jam this Gurmag Angler into a remand tier. So I'm just gonna shock and then pass here, and then we'll snap bolt in a second. Shit, he knows, chat. Burn it down. Are they playing, like, Living End or something? Like, basic... I guess they could be blue-white control with an awkward land draw. Could be U-white control, could be Living End. That makes me feel like it's blue-white control, right? Let's find out. Confirmed blue-white control. Huh. I feel like I have to just take this Gideon, right? Like, they can't cast it next turn, but this card's gonna, like, put me in the ground. Oh, I probably should have kept the Thoughtseize in there, huh? Because I could snap it back. That was a mistake. I could snap Thoughtseize next turn. Yeah, that was probably wrong. Although they're probably going to path this and then play Vendilion Click, and I'm going to want to snap both the Vendilion Click. I definitely should have exiled the Street Wraith, though, and left the Thoughtseize. There's no reason to leave the Street Wraith in there. I don't have Kolaghan's Command or anything like that in my main deck. So this we just let this trigger resolve. Because we have 2 snaps. They're probably taking a snap. So do I snap bolt this, or do I just fetch Fatal Push? I guess it depends on what we draw. I guess I'm snap bolting. I'm going to hold on to this land for now, especially since we drew the Faithless Looting. I'm not going to fire the Faithless Looting off just yet because I want the Faithless Looting to convert cards into better cards for me. So until I have 2 cards in my hand that I actively don't want, I'm going to hold on to the looting. So they have D-Sphere, Hallowed Fountain, and then 2 cards I don't know. I have no idea. Now that we have 2 shitty cards, we'll cast Faithless Looting. Huh. I almost feel like I'm not supposed to cycle this because it gives my opponent, it lets my opponent kill me in 2 with this card. Yeah, I think I'm just putting this into play tapped and passing, attacking for 2 obviously. But this is definitely why they took our Fatal Push. So I'm definitely bidding that. So if I Thoughtseize them, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna lose the race to the Celestial Colonnade. They get to D-Sphere this though, which kind of sucks. Not attacking here, obviously, because I'll eat it with the Celestial Colonnade. That fetch is actually decent for us, because, like, them going down to 14 makes our clock faster, which is nice. Colonnade is very good. If you expect a lot of Colonnades with this deck, I almost feel like you should probably have a second Fatal Push. Just like split your bolts and push this 2-2. See if we get to consistently take Colonnade off the table. This has probably spread me into D-Sphere my Angler. We get to draw an extra card next turn from the Bauble, which is nice. I mean, Street Wraith still can't attack into the Colonnade. Like the whole issue here is the Celestial Colonnade. I'm gonna do this now so that way if we draw Faithless Looting I can cast it. Probably also, oh, I want to target myself with that. Could also draw like Inquisition here. That actually lets the Snapcaster Mage trade with the Celestial Colonnade, which is nice. That's all my red sources, chat. That's all my red sources. Yep. Yep. Well, the Steam vents got Field of Ruined earlier, and then delved away. We're currently undefeated, but it looks like we're about to be down a game in this fourth match. So get a little bit of scry value here. If we don't want the card that's on top of our deck, we have to fetch with this Polluted Delta. Stub, definitely don't want that. Let's go ahead and pass the turn here. I'm kind of surprised they're not just killing us. Not that I'm complaining, but I feel like if I was them, I would have just started killing us by now. I'm aware that I can cast a 3/4 Swamp Ball creature. I didn't want to shock myself to do that. I'm aware of the text box on my magic card. Is this why they haven't been... That must have been why they weren't attacking me, right? They just, like, wanted to cast the scripted command. I feel like we would have died, like, 12 turns ago if they'd just been activating this. And they're drawing a land here, so they're probably going to start smashing us next turn. Although, can they even do that now? Because, like, now I got this attack in, so that means if they hit me to 5, then I hit them to 3, then I kill them, so they're losing the race now because they've waited so long. Should we have fetched in response? No, because even if they draw like click or something, I'm pushing the colonnade. The push is reserved for like this card, so there's a 0% chance I'm pushing a 3-drop. Well, those were some good draws. Don't be a counterspell, all right, or be that counterspell. Whelp. Well. Your move, Yugi boy. That's all I got. Just one lone fishing. One big fishing. Big fishing. Spin the G's. We're doing big fishing. Beep, 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 beep. Do, 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 do. Let's just remove people from chat that want to suggest absurd things. People that want to talk about someone hacking Magic online, because that's obviously the only way they could lose if their opponent was cheating. Just like, let's just get them out of here. Yeah, I'm countering the cantrip because I can't Stubborn Denial Snapcaster Mage or Supreme Verdict. So I just want to counter their way to find those cards. I'm playing this out because I don't want to lose to Path to Exile at this point. So obviously this is worse against Supreme Verdict than Snapcaster Mage, but I'd rather play around their Path to Exiles, I think. They could draw Verdict or Snapcaster here. Getcha. So I want to trim these. I think I need to leave this Fatal Push in to tag Celestial Colonnades on occasion. Same thing with these Dismembers. Dismember can also kill Lad Chad if they're playing that. E could be okay. I think that's a little bit narrow, though. Like, using EE to clear Spreading Seas, I think I'd rather just trim red spells rather than bring Engineered Explosives in. I think K-Command's pretty good. When in doubt, trim a cantrip. Yeah, trimming a Bauble seems fine. I don't really like Brutality in these matchups. 2 mana is a lot of mana, and it misses things like Planeswalkers. Now, I'm pretty much a fan of Kolaghan's Command. I like a little bit of reach in the deck, and like being able to rebuy stuff is good. Like, Kolaghan's Command cantrips with Street Wraith a lot of the time. I'm gonna submit like this. Bauble is just faster. It lets you get to your Delve threats faster. It also lets you do some nice things where you like look at the top of your deck and then like crack your fetch or don't crack your fetch to give you some selection. I would rather have the Dismembers than the Fatal Push. I think 3 copies of this effect is fine, though. I think most of the games we lose this matchup involve Celestial Colonnade killing us. So I think having ways to stop Celestial Colonnade from killing us is ideal. Yep, exactly what Anaronic said there. It's a 17 land deck that's 52 cards. You get to do the same thing every game because your deck is smaller than most people's. Your deck is just more consistent. Drawing our second basic there is super rancid. It means their Path to Exiles and their Field of Runes just gets so much better the fact that we've drawn both of these. It's really bad for us. It does make mulliganing a little bit harder. Well, fuck me. All right, we'll bring in the Engineered Explosives. Got it. We'll bring in Engineered Explosives. I always forget that the Snapcaster Mage logic not deck plays engineered explosives. Modern's kind of wild sometimes. Yeah, let's trim a fish. I think that's fine. Modern's a weird format. I'm gonna go fill my water up really quick while we're waiting for them to do their thing. God. I'd probably keep this if these were non-basic lands. This seems decent. I'd actually like that. I'd like a second land. Let's take a peekaboo. Oh, that's unfortunate. Actually, we're gonna get to turn 2 fish here, right? I'm gonna go fetch, steam vent, scour myself, play fish. Oh, I could have milled it. Nah, that seems loose. I'm just gonna put my fish into play. Alright, fine, we'll do that. I 10 out of 10 should have fetched another Watery Grave here, I think. The actual fuck. Fucking blue-white control players, man. I can't. Nice 2-color mana base. Nice 2-color mana base, friendo. Land. Ding. Oh, it's even one that hurts me. Just gonna go threat here, right? I guess maybe you could argue I should snap Thoughtseize here, but I think I want to just go threat. So they're gonna get a white source here and then path me, but that's okay with me. I feel like while Bauble provides worse card selection than Serum Visions, the fact that it's free and lets you Gurmag Angler faster is a big deal in this deck. I'm gonna get an island here, I think. Just to, like, bluff Stubborn Denial. I milled my island? Oh, no, chat. I milled my island. Wait, yeah, I milled my island. 10 out of 10 milled my island. Rip us. God, the fucking greedy mana base in this deck. Alright, well, let's snap Thoughtseize and take their Celestial Purge away. Now I can't snap Stub either. Wow, that's brutal. This is really bad for us. Well, shit. I think I'm supposed to take Teferi here, right? I don't have a good answer to that. They can cast Halo next turn. They can play Field of Rune, crack Field of Rune, play Halo. I think I'm just supposed to take the card that wins the game. And then, like, hope to find another fish or a Liliana. The Last Hope would be a great draw here. We do have explosives, that's true. We could also maybe go the distance with these Snapcaster Mages. Hopefully we can draw a blue source next turn to Snap Scour. Oh god, this Field of Rune just Stone Rains us. Shit. Now I really hope we draw a blue source. God, the mana base in this deck is miserable. Fairies has a less greedy mana base, to be fair. Nice blue spells, right? And so, like, people who are idiots often tell you, or you hear them repeat, that Blood Moon punishes greedy mana bases, when in reality, Blood Moon punishes people who are pretty unlucky. Field of Rune, I think, is actually a really sweet card design, because this card actually does punish greedy mana bases. This is a card that's only punishing if your deck is constructed in a way that's excessively greedy. Hey, Spep. Thanks for the continued support while you've been gone. 6 months, I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Yeah, we're done here. To set the bar low, Back to Basics is certainly less obnoxious than Blood Moon, but I think it's also a pretty obnoxious card. This has been good, though. With the donation queue freeze, we're going to get through 5 or 6 decks today, and I think we only had 2 decks get added to the queue, which means I netted taking 4 decks out of the queue for today's stream. That's just good progress right there, chat. It's good progress. We'll be back under 50 decks in no time, right? Be back under 50 decks in no time. I plan to stream some extra this weekend, as always. Probably be on after the open is done on Saturday and Sunday. What are my thoughts on this deck? This feels like the best build of Grixis Shadow I've ever played. It's very streamlined. I like how the Faithless Looting, the Thought Scours, and the Baubles play into allowing you to be as aggressive as possible, which is what I think this deck is trying to do. I think a lot of people for a long time incorrectly built this deck as kind of this mid-range grindy deck, not realizing that it's better as a tempo kill you deck. That idiot earlier that I just timed out, they were complaining. See, I quantified the definitions I was using with specifics. I didn't just say stupid buzzwords like make the deck more tempo or make it less mid-range. I quantified what I meant by being more aggressive and tempo oriented by talking about how this deck is more aggressive than traditional builds because it forgoes grindy cards like Kolaghan's Command while also playing cards like Bauble and Thought Scour to make your threats hit the table faster more consistently. That's the difference between what I did and what you did earlier. But you weren't looking for details. You were just looking to stroke your own ego and feel smart or make me feel bad for doing something earlier. I was specific and descriptive. That's what I'm looking for. It's okay to use words like tempo and mid-range when you put context to them and explain why you're saying the things you're saying. And that's the problem with people on the internet. They're not looking to have a discussion and learn things. They're looking to be right. They're looking to shit on other people and feel correct about things. So I agree, using buzzwords is bad. Quantifying those words and being specific about them, that's good and encouraged. Well, I really don't interact with people outside of the internet. Thanks, J Tiny. There's people outside of the internet? That sounds scary. I'm an official internet. I think I just want to stick. Actually, am I supposed to hold on this Death Shadow? They discarded a bolt. Demonic Sailor with the brand new Twitch Prime. Thank you very much for the support. I appreciate it. Welcome. So there's another Blood Crypt on top of their deck. I feel like I'm supposed to just play the Shadow here. It's going to feel real bad if it gets exactly bolted, but there's a good chance they have Fatal Push, right? I think Snapcaster draws away from the aggro part of this deck or helps it. I think it does both. I think Snapcaster is a card that can both fill an aggressive role while also being a card that can help you be more controlling when you need to be. It's a card that can snap back lightning bolts to apply pressure to your opponent's health total while also being useful in matches where you need to take a more controlling slot. This hollowed one is real bad for us. What's the first deck I try Stoneforge in? Probably like blue-white control. Blue-white mid-range, probably. We milled our Dismember, that's sad. I guess it means we get to snap back Dismember next turn, which is fine. I think there's a non-zero chance that on the back of Stoneforge Mystic, some of those Hate Bears decks that I love to make fun of in their current state could be more competitive. Do I attack them with this? What are the odds they kill me? What are the odds they kill me if I attack them with this? Low? I think it's low. I'm gonna attack them with this. So I'm gonna Fatal Push this bird so that way they need double bolt to kill me. And they already discarded one bolt and they didn't bolt this on turn 2. So I feel like there's a pretty low chance they have bolt in their hand right now. Huh. Do I want to take this hit? If I take this hit, I go to 6, which makes this a 7/7, and then I can snap Dismember this and kill them next turn. Yeah, I think I like that. For water 03, teach me to 3-2. The real secret is you need to play friendly league, so that way you can so you can, what's it called? Oh, there's a bolt on top of their deck. All right. So that way you don't lose as much money when you owe 3. But I like to gamble. All right, they need to block here. And then once they block, I get to snap dismember their other creature. Ooh, snap dismember their other creature means I die though, right? So that would be bad for me. Yeah, snap dismember their other creature means I die to this bolt. So I guess I double bolt this. Oh, I could bolt snap bolt too. That's true. Maybe bolt snap bolt was the line there. Yeah, that's probably a little bit better. I'm gonna crack this fetch land anyways, most likely. Thought Scour is a fine draw. Get me more food for my Snapcaster. There's nothing wrong with fetching. Well, they don't have 2 damage on board if I kill their threat. This doesn't come back if they don't have a creature in play. Yeah, I believe that, Ocean. And like our delve threats are bigger than their hollowed ones, and they don't really have way to kill Gurmag Angler, right? That's true, GW. I could have... I didn't give my opponent a chance to make a mistake because I played the fetch land. So, like, if I don't play the fetch land, maybe they don't block him and I kill them with bolt. I don't know. The fact that they didn't attack with the hollowed one kind of made me feel like they were guaranteed bolting. What's going on, Tannen? You're playing in Hotlanta this weekend, I'm assuming? Are you playing this deck? If you don't have a deck picked out for this weekend, Tannen, I think this deck's pretty good. And top 8 at a Grand Prix too, so you know it's not just me talking. We don't play many good decks on this channel, but occasionally we get a good one. Gosh, you're going to Hotlanta too, Zach? I'm a little jealous. Well, this is definitely an Abrade and a Kolaghan's command matchup. Do I want to cut Stubborn Denial? I probably want to trim a Street Wraith because it's an aggressive matchup, right? I feel like Stub's a fine cut, right? I don't think this is a Liliana the Last Hope matchup. What do we think about Last Hope versus not? I kind of like all the cards I have here. Scred, what a GP. Shrink with the 3-month resubscription. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Stroke? Stroke seems... There's no way I'm bringing in Stroke. Holding up 2 mana is obnoxious. This is our last match with Grixis Shadows. We'll be starting with Blue-Black Fairies here after this one. We're up a game in this 5th match. I think I'm happy with this. This is another matchup where Abrade is just great, right? Like, it can kill their little shitters, and it also just shatters Hollowed One. We are 3-1 currently. We lost to blue-white control. It seems fine. If they have kind of an aggressive start, they'll let us play the shadows quickly anyways. I can't wait to Summoner's Pack for Stoneforge when it's unbanned. I'm doing okay, Johnny. My stomach's still a little bit upset, but I'm not feeling like... I'm not beat tired. I took a 3-hour nap yesterday, and then I slept for 9 hours last night, so... Why don't you sleep, Tannen? You don't have kids. You have no reason not to sleep, child. Enjoy it while you can. If you plan to have children, enjoy the sleep now. This is fine. Blood Moon eked out a GP. Scred just happened to be in the vicinity. That's the best way to phrase that, Langler. I might steal that in the future. Trying to predict what Wizard of the Coast is going to do with their unbanned list is just going to leave you frustrated. You should just, oh no. Oh no. I'm going to slide this one all the way over here so it doesn't get discarded. Works every time. Works every time, chat. Declan literally climbs onto my face and pulls my eyes open. He's a tiny turd. That's a pretty good draw, chat. It's a pretty good draw. Pretty not bad. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Do you see these cards that are coming off the top of our deck, chat? Do you even see them? I guess I want to be careful with what I'm delving here, right? Because I want to leave Snapcaster fodder. I get to leave one card in here. I probably want to leave Lightning Bolt, right? It sounds like you already have children, Tannen. I didn't bolt the Adept because I wanted the Adept to hit me so I could cast these Death Shadows faster. I like to live on the edge is why. See if they have another way to discard cards. This could get big and scary. Wow, they've been 3 hollowed ones. All right, so if this puts us to 6, this will be a 7/7. I guess I should have played this out last turn, huh? I'd have killed him. If I'd have played this last turn instead, the Battle Rage would have been lethal. It's just people making bullshit arguments for why Stoneforge shouldn't be legal. What people don't get is they're saying so an argument people often like to make that doesn't make sense to me is that cards like Ancient Stirrings and Turn 3 Karn and Hallowed One, that these cards are automatically okay because they come with deck building restrictions. There are plenty of cards that come with deck building restrictions. They're still fucked cards. Like, I don't care how many deck building restrictions a card has if the ultimate power level of it is off the charts. Yes, Stoneforge Mystic is a powerful card, but guess what? Modern's a format full of powerful cards. Basically, almost every card that sees play in every competitive deck in Modern that are Tier 1 and Tier 2, they're full of powerful cards. Playing with powerful cards is fun. I just want to play with fun, powerful cards and sweet games of Magic. Sweet, sweet games of Magic. All right, what do we got here, opponent? Can I wrap up with a 4-1 here? Feels good to have finally cashed a league. We got a lot of non-league caches today. We got Blue-Black Fairies coming up next too. That deck was pretty good the last time we played it. Hopefully it'll be another league cache for us. Glittering Sahili, please. Rekindled Soul with the 1,500 bits. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. As always, anybody who donates or cheers anything on the channel, you're always welcome to push anything up the queue that you'd like to see a little bit sooner. The people that support my stuff here dictate how soon we play the decks. Yeah, Eye of Ugin's a great example of that, right? Like, Eye of Ugin is definitely a card that has to be built around, but is way too powerful. Skull Clamp. Skull Clamp's a card that in order to be busted has to be built around, but we're all certain that that card should stay banned, right? It might be gone forever. Yeah, we're gonna have to replace... Shatter this here. Or 3 it or whatever. Dealer's choice. The dealer likes choosing. Elementals are awful. Well, I'm glad you had fun. That's the important part. Are you in Australia then, if you just got done with FNM? See if they have a Fatal Push here or not. I wonder why they shocked in this Blood Crypt. Alright, 2 lethal threats. Your move, Yugi boy. What you got, what you got, what you got? Can we play some Bant Spookers after M19? We actually do have a Bant deck in the queue, I'm pretty sure. I would love to, I would love to. Do we have Bant Spookers in the queue already? We have Bant Company. We have Bant Tallow Wisp. I don't actually have Bant Spirits in the queue right now, Nicholas. So if you'd like to bump something else, you're welcome to. I walked in and you were talking about Skull Clamp. All right. Well, we finished 4-1 with this deck. I don't know that I have specifics on things I would change here. This deck feels really trim. All the ins and outs felt really clean in the creature matchups, especially. Like, this sideboard package of just, like, 10 pieces of removal, basically, for the different types of places where you want these kinds of cards, just felt really clean. Just, like, trading out our Stubborn Denials and our more clunky cards to turn into a little bit more of a control deck. I really like Friedman's, like, no bullshit, super trim. So, Nicholas, I currently have the queue frozen. So we're not adding new decks to the queue except for larger donations until the queue gets back into something more reasonable. So I think I would play this card for card again. Like, this list top 8 at a Grand Prix, obviously, so I'm kind of hesitant to suggest any radical changes, something that has some proven success, and I think a lot of the choices here make success. I guess I think the only change I might make, and I guess Friedman had said this too, is that splitting the bolts with the fatal pushes might be better, just like go 2 and 2 on these, but that kind of depends on one day I'll get my horse and sword. Slow and steady, Lido. Towards some real magic, Just Kai Possibility Storm. Thank you, Lufus. I appreciate it. All right, onward, upward, backward, forward. Blue-black fairies, chat. Blue-black fairies. Who doesn't want to play some blue-black fairies? Got some Sword of Light and Shadow. Oh, Burgle. Oh, Burgle. Oh, that's a little on the nose, I think. Yep. All right.